Disney is and was concurrently airing 3 literal S-tier shows at the same time: Ducktales, Amphibia, and The Owl House. And over the past 3 months, I've literally become completely obsessed with these shows after watching one after the other. I started with Ducktales, then Amphibia, and literally in the past probably 2 days, I finished The Owl House. And oh my god, this stuff is genuinely fantastic. I don't understand why people don't talk about this, and I just want to push this on to people as much as possible, because genuinely the world building, storytelling, and characters are absolutely phenomenal in like all of them. And I just really want to get my point across, hopefully succinctly. And if I want to do more long-term videos talking about this sort of stuff, I'm going to do a video on each of these individually. So I'm not going to overload you with information at the start, but I'm going to try and recommend you, hey, if you like this sort of stuff, give these shows a watch. But anyway, that's enough of a spiel. Let's get right into the shows. DuckTales was the first one I've heard of, first one I've seen, and the first one we finished on this saga of all 3 of these shows one after the other. And genuinely, this one probably will be the shortest one for many reasons. 1, it's over, so you can literally binge watch all of it at once, which is so great because, oh my god, the story in this show is insane. I didn't really expect that much, I'm not gonna lie to you. I knew there was a lingering mystery about the disappearance of the triplets' mother, which I am totally going to spoil because that's at the end of the first episode, and that's the main plot for a lot of season 1 and 2. So there's your basic premise. Fun adventures with some mystery on the side that gets built up a lot, and it's great. Basically every character in DuckTales is awesome, and I literally can't express that enough. If you are a main character in DuckTales, you are probably a solid like A or S tier. Every character is so interesting. They have a really great voice for every character. They all feel very distinct from one another. My personal favorites in the first season being Webby and Scrooge, who will never leave the top for me because they're the best characters in the show and I love them. But genuinely, the storytelling in the show is phenomenal. The character writing, as I've been gushing about, is insane. I'm not going to talk much about the world building because it's fun, but like it's mostly for jokes and fun plot occurrences. Although I'm not that knowledgeable about DuckTales mythos and all that stuff, it seems like this show, if you are interested in that stuff, does pay a lot of really great tribute to the history of the DuckTales comics and the DuckTales older show. So it's a really good tribute if you're a fan of that. Say you're older and you watched the original show when you were a kid, you might watch it and be like, oh wow, that was a cool callback. Genuinely though, since it's already over, I think you should give it a watch first, because these other 2 shows, Amphibia and The Owl House, are still ongoing, which is absolutely fantastic, like I've been saying. But if you start with them and then go back to DuckTales, it might be a bit hard, because man, those lingering endpoints of The Owl House and Amphibia are just like, I feel like you'll just think about those shows while watching DuckTales, and I don't want that to sort of cloud your mind about how good DuckTales is when you're thinking about the other shows as well. So that's why I'd recommend DuckTales first. The next show I'm going to discuss is Amphibia, because that's the second one I saw. This was the one that blew me away, because I thought, oh, DuckTales, this might be the best show I've ever seen in like, I don't know, months and months and months of not really having that much to really love. And Amphibia, it shook me to my core. In all seriousness, this show is incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Like, I cannot express enough how much I love the characters in the show. I love the storytelling in the show. And the world building is just so unique and interesting. Let me give you a brief rundown of what makes it so great. Firstly, I think the main character of Amphibia, Anne, is a great protagonist. She works as a good everyman sort of character at the start, because at the start, the plot can't really move for reasons I'm not going to tell you, but we're kind of stuck in the same location, so it puts us, the viewer, in the same sort of role as Anne, where we're stuck in this town, waiting for things to move on, but at the same time, we're getting more used to the world and the people around her and trying to figure out what exactly is going on and how Anne's going to be able to make it home. And genuinely, I feel like she works really great in this role because she is very, very confident and happy-go-lucky for the most part, but there is something off. She misses her friends, and we could definitely tell that there's a lot to be revealed with that sort of stuff. And those friends, oh my god, they are some of the best characters I've experienced in quite a long time. Besides Anne. Anne is still my favorite character. This show's premise is really cool. I love a lot of the theming that is present in the show as well, but I'm not going to really talk that much about it. But genuinely, this show really took me for a ride, and I loved every second of it. And now that I'm caught up, I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty sad because, man, going through Amphibia was amazing. Knowing that this amazing story might actually continue pretty soon. I've heard February or March, which very soon, luckily, is when it seems to be coming back. So hopefully it's not that long, but I'm very excited to get back into it. And hopefully you give it a shot and are able to catch the finale live with me and a bunch of other people. And now for the final show, The Owl House. At the time I'm recording this, I think it must have been less than 48 hours since I last finished this show, and oh my god. For the first season, I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit worried about where the plot was going because there wasn't really that much direction, I would say. It was more introducing a bunch of really interesting concepts. However, the main protagonist, Luz, didn't really have much of a goal besides, I want to be a witch. And looking back on it now, I think it was actually a pretty cool decision because the build up in season 2 especially feels really, really earned, and I just know it's going to get crazier and crazier and crazier. So it's very exciting, to say the least, to be a fan of this show. Now, let's talk about the story. The story, like I said, it starts really, really slowly, and unlike Amphibia, these episodes are pretty long, consisting one episode in the Owl House is the length of 2 in Amphibia, but overall I think the slow burn really allows us to get more used to the characters and especially the world that they live in, because a lot of the concepts in these episodes are a lot more fleshed out. But overall, the world building in this show is really, really impressive. I find the magic system really interesting and the whole hierarchy of the empire pretty cool. Genuinely, I think it has a lot of potential, and like, for example, if someone were to play a D&D campaign or something in the Owl House world, I think it could be pretty possible and pretty fun. The Owl House has something kind of similar to Harry Potter's house system, but I'm not going to go that in depth. However, I do think that this system is really interesting. The empire structure of the world is pretty interesting. The setting is great. I love the setting of this world, and it has me really, really interested because the setting seems to be really integral to the plot. Unlike Amphibia, I would say that this setting is much more integral. I think it's pretty cool. I love Luz's sort of surrogate family in this world, specifically the maternal figure Ida. She's probably my favorite character. And some of Luz's friends are absolutely amazing, specifically Amity. I love her. These characters are awesome, and I just want to see them do anything. Literally, oh my god, like, it's like one of those moments where if Ida's on screen, or if Amity's on screen, or if Luz is on screen, I am very, very, very interested in what's going on. And you got a lot of time to catch up to this one, it seems. I don't know when it's coming back, but I think it might be around the same time as Amphibia, so pretty soon, which is pretty cool. However, I don't think you have to worry about catching up immediately, since all of Season 3 still has to come out, with half of Season 2 going to be airing weekly, and Season 3 probably being a while away. I feel like this show definitely has a lot of room to breathe if you want to wait until it's done. So that's why I would recommend watching this last, after Amphibia, and Amphibia after Ducktales. I want to give a massive shout out to Edens for recommending me these shows and watching all of these with me. It's been a really great time, and I've thoroughly enjoyed literally every one, and we've had many hour-long discussions about these shows. So, thanks a lot. Hopefully this convinced you to give them a shot. If so, I'm curious, which one do you think sounds the most interesting? That's it from me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, really appreciate some support. You know, the YouTube spiel, the like, comment, subscribe maybe. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, thanks for checking out this channel. Really appreciated. And I'm planning on doing a video on each of these shows individually in the future. They will probably be over an hour long. I'm not kidding. These shows are awesome. So with that, hope you enjoyed the video and have a good one.